In April of 1775, this great nation started coming alive.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It is Cornerstone 777 with you with another video. This is a pretty special video for you guys. It's important where you know as Cornerstone stands, where I stand in the world that we live in. And this video is important to me, and I want to call it Cornerstone's Worldview. About politics. And I know this is a thing that a lot of Christians don't get into. You know, we don't touch this area, and there's a lot of debates out there. You may debate this video. You know, it's the freedom that you have to debate this video, but I ultimately want you guys to understand as a Christian where I stand and where Cornerstone stands. And this is about Cornerstone. This ain't about everybody else. This ain't about other Christians. This is about where Cornerstone stands, and you can agree with it or you can disagree with it. That's clearly up to you. But I just want you guys to know where I stand in the politic world. But I want you guys to understand I support Donald Trump. Donald Trump is a person I support as a Christian. Here's some reasons why. I've wrote down some in my pages here. Just kind of give you guys a reason why I, as a Christian, support Donald Trump. And I want you guys to understand that Donald Trump is not a pastor, okay? He is not a pastor. He's not perfect. None of us are. And he is not a pastor. He's not a saint. He's not an angel. I believe that President Donald Trump is God's appointed leader to come into this country to justify what's going on in our country and to hear the cries of Christians all across the world. I just want you guys to understand that Christians all across the world prayed for this man's election during election night. And I just wanted to make it clear that there's a lot of Christians that support this man. And here's a few reasons why. And this is important to know. Donald Trump, I want to make this clear that Donald Trump is not a pastor. We did not elect a pastor to be in the White House, period, final answer. The one comparison that I can compare, Donald Trump to is George Washington. If you know your history, George Washington led America to victory over the British government. Now, the British government was trying to literally put Christians and anybody that didn't agree with them in jail. And they would put them in jail because they didn't want them talking, about something that they didn't like. And so that was the whole point of the Pilgrims crossing the sea, going into America to find the freedom to do what, they wanted. And the British government wanted to take control of the colonies that were in America. And this has a lot to do with what Donald Trump is doing now. The people have prayed and the people have asked God to intervene, literally, to find a way out so that, government can't control what pastors and what Christians can say. And this is not just for Christians. This is just all religions, to be honest with you. But it's important to me as a Christian to know that God is truth and God is life, and God wants us to be able to speak truth. And we live in a society where we can't talk about these things. We can't talk about the truth. We have to keep it in the four walls of the church. So we needed somebody like Donald Trump to step in. And I'm tired of not being able to talk about this because I'm afraid I'm going to offend somebody. And if it's come down to that, then we really are in trouble. But George Washington's a great example of what Donald Trump is, trying to find freedom and choosing what we want to, as a country go towards. And this country, America, has been a Christian nation since the beginning. We are based off of biblical values. You go up to the White House, you go up to the White House where there's scriptures on the stone that they put in the stone in Washington. There's verses there. And the Declaration of Independence is based off of the independence we have, the freedom we have through Christ. And a lot of this nation is based off of Christian principles. But I just want you guys to know this. Trump has surrounded himself with a lot of Christian leaders. And I think it's important to know that because you kind of understand who Donald Trump is. And the people around him kind of represent, what he stands for. And I don't know if you guys know this, but Jack Graham, James Robinson, James Dobson, and Mike Pence all support Donald Trump. And it's important to note because some of these men are really good Christian men and they're in the White House. So it makes you wonder who Donald Trump is and what he's all about. So that's important for me and important for you guys to know who's in the White House with Donald Trump and who's leading him in decisions he makes as a president. So another man that I want you guys to know also is Franklin Graham. He's been up there. He was there during the election of Donald Trump. He was actually there speaking. And Franklin Graham came out and said this. Franklin Graham is the son of Billy Graham. I don't know if you guys knew that. But Franklin Graham says Trump defends Christians from secularists. And this is the reason this is important, because Christian views are not the world's views. And I hope you guys understand that. I hope I don't explain that too much. But Christian views are different from the worldview of what we're supposed to be like. And, our plan as Christians is to focus on God's plan. And God's plan is not the world's plan. The world's plan is to make money, live everyday life. And, it's really all about self. And God is wanting us as Christians to serve him, to serve God. And I don't want to get too much in depth in that, but I want you guys to understand what's the difference between the secularist view and the Christian view. That could be a whole different video. But Trump is also for borders. And I know a lot of Christians don't like that Trump wants borders. And here's what's most important. Even heaven has borders, and only a select few are going to be in heaven. Okay, I want to make that clear. And a lot of worldview people are not going to like what the statement that I just said. But here's the reason why. It goes back to John 14:6. Jesus says, "For I am the way, the truth, the life. No one comes to the Father except through me." Only a select few of Christians that believe in Jesus, that believe that he died on the cross, to believe in the relationship that he has for us, are going to heaven, period. Not everybody's going to get into heaven. And it could go for the same as the United States. Not everybody can come into America, because some people are here to harm America and not for America. And that's important that we have walls so we can protect ourselves. You look throughout history, even these ancient castles, they all had walls. Why? Because they defended their home. They defended where they lived. And not everybody had the same view as them, and they were killed for it. And that's why they built walls and security, because not everybody needs to be together. Everybody has their own nations for reasons, and there's not a reason why America shouldn't have walls and borders. And it's important to understand that. So based off of what we discussed, based off of all the things that I pointed out, I just look at the fruits of what Donald Trump is doing and all that he stands for as a person. I kind of done my research. I've kind of, really analyzed what Donald Trump has done through his presidency and where he stands and where I stand as a Christian. And I support Donald Trump in everything that he's done up to this point. Now, like I said, Donald Trump is a person. He's a human being. He's going to mess up. He's not perfect. And we can't look for perfection in any man. But my end statement would be why I support Donald Trump. And here's the reasons why. Number one, he is for pro-life. He supports Israel, point number 2. Point number 3, he supports free speech in the pulpits of the churches without threats from the IRS. So the government can't have their hand in the money that the church makes. And he's against globalism and the United Nations. And it's important to know this, that without a border around this nation, we would be pretty much like a globalist nation, because there would be no borders and people would be free to go in and out of our country, and there would be no borders. And even heaven has borders, and a select few are going to heaven that believe that Jesus is the Son of God. I mean, you go to John 14:6, like I explained earlier in the video. Not everybody's going into heaven, and there's a reason for it. And we have to have borders to have a nation. And I just want to support a nation that supports God. And not everybody's going to agree with that, because everybody has their different views. But my view as a Christian, we have to have borders so that we can have a country that stands for God, period, final answer. I love people. This is a video not to hate on anybody, not to hate because you don't agree with some of the viewpoints I have, but I want you guys to understand where Cornerstone stands and where I draw a red line and why I stand for it. And I just want to let you guys know we'll be doing more videos like this. So if you would hit that subscribe button, if you like the video, please hit the like button on our video and subscribe to our channel to tune in for more videos like this. But throughout the video, there was a lot of chances where I could have gotten in more in depth. If you guys want to see more videos like this, let me know in the comments down below, and we'll see you guys next time. God bless. Cornerstone is out. We'll see you guys on the next stream. God bless. Have a great night.